On the edge of Crestwood, a quiet town where secrets whisper through the trees, stands the Ramsey house. The sagging porch and peeling paint are the scars of a family and a structure worn down by years of conflict. On a typical Saturday night, the house carries the mingled aromas of burnt cornbread and fried catfish. Inside, the Ramseys go about their daily business, unaware of the storm that is about to engulf them. Arina Ramsey, the youngest at 13, sits cross-legged on the living room floor. Her thin frame and angular face give her an appearance that belies her age. She stares at the flickering TV, unblinking. Her siblings are oblivious. Kavona, 17, is idly scrolling through her phone on the couch, while Martel, 19, has disappeared into the backyard for her usual escape. Their mother, Vivian, curses in the kitchen. Sitting at the table was Elijah, 26, the eldest and self-proclaimed patriarch after their father, Edgar, was imprisoned. The family's argument was normal, but something was off. Maybe it was the heavy atmosphere, or maybe it was Arina's enigmatic question that broke the banality of the evening. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to eat someone? The room was silent. Even Kavona, sharp-tongued and sarcastic, was silent. Martel raised an eyebrow as he entered. Elijah put down the paper, looking at Arina warily. "What are you talking about, Arina?" he asked, his voice calm but tinged with concern. "Just wondering," Arina shrugged, her tone utterly unruffled. "Is it like chicken or beef?" Vivian's voice sounded like a whip, reprimanding her youngest child. But the anxiety lingers long after that moment has passed. By dawn, Crestwood will wake up to a nightmare. The Ramseys are discovered in a horrific picture. Vivian is slumped over in the kitchen, her neck twisted unnaturally. Kavona lies motionless on the living room couch, her chest riddled with stab wounds. Martel is found in the bedroom, his throat slashed so deeply that his head has nearly been severed. Elijah's body lies on the dining room table, duct tape wrapped around his hands as a knife protrudes from his chest. Arina is missing. Detective Tamari Graves, sharp-eyed and restless, has arrived at the scene. She has seen horrors in her line of work, but this crime scene feels very personal. Each murder bears the mark of calculated rage. As her partner, Officer Malik Whitmore, examines the grisly remains, the question arises, was Arina the victim, or something else entirely? The Ramseys are not the perfect family they appear to be. Edgar Ramsey had been convicted years earlier of murdering Chester Green, a powerful local figure. But his conviction was surrounded by rumors of a setup. Elijah, the eldest, owed money to dangerous men. Kavona's social media painted a picture of heartbreak and betrayal. Martel had a record of petty crimes and a streak of violence. The most disturbing discovery, however, was made in Arina's bedroom. A diary filled with gruesome drawings of mutilated bodies and anatomical notes revealed an obsession far beyond her years. At the end of the diary was a list of names, her family's each one crossed out. "This isn't just a kid acting out," Graves muttered. "This is a blueprint." As Graves and Whitmore follow the trail, the town's dark history comes to light. Chester Green, the man Edgar Ramsey was convicted of murdering, was no saint. He blackmailed half the town, including Vivian Ramsey. But Edgar's conviction didn't solve the case, it buried the truth. An anonymous tip leads the detectives to a junkyard on the outskirts of town. Among the rusted cars and scattered debris, they find a small shack. Inside is a cot, a half-eaten sandwich, and a crumpled note, "They're coming for me. I can't run anymore." As they search, a figure darts into the darkness. Graves chases after him, her flashlight shining on Arina's pale face. Trembling, she raises her hands. "Don't shoot!" she screams. But before Arina can explain, a gunshot rings out, breaking the tense silence. Graves dives for cover, dragging Arina down with him. Whitmore returns fire, but the shooter disappears into the night. Back at the police station, new players enter the story. Sharon Green, Chester's niece, has evidence that changes everything. Chester is not only blackmailing the Ramseys, he's controlling them. And he's not alone. A mysterious figure named Jonas King has been pulling the strings from start to finish. Jonas King isn't just a name whispered in fear, he's a ghost haunting Crestwood. He thrives on blackmail, corruption, and coercion, leaving a trail of corpses in his wake. Chester's death? Jonas's doing, perhaps. Edgar's sentence? Jonas's manipulation. A call to the hospital brings shocking news. Arina has been found, beaten and bruised, near death. She whispers a name, Jonas. He assumes she's expendable and tries to silence her. Graves pieces together the fragments of the Ramsey tragedy. Jonas King orchestrated Edgar's framing and manipulated Elijah, who killed Chester to protect his family. But in doing so, Elijah set in motion events that would destroy them all. Arina, exposed to corruption and violence since childhood, learned to survive by mimicking the cruelty around her. She was turned into a monster, Graves says. The final confrontation takes place at a remote cabin in the woods. Graves and Whitmore lead a team to capture Jonas. Inside the cabin, they find a chilling display, a corkboard lined with photos of the Ramsey family, Chester, and others who have turned against Jonas, each face marked with a red X. At the bottom of the board is a photo of Graves. Jonas emerges from the shadows, calm and collected. "Detective Graves," he says with a mocking smile. "You've finally done it." The confrontation escalates, ending with Jonas's arrest. But his final words linger, "It's not over. You're playing my game now." Jonas King's reign is over, but Crestwood's wounds won't heal overnight. Arina, now in protective custody, faces a life of rebuilding herself from the ashes of her family's destruction. As Graves stands on the courthouse steps, watching reporters swarm for answers, she reflects on the case. "It's not about solving the murders," she says. "It's about breaking the cycle." In the patrol car, Arina clutches a teddy bear, staring out the window. The Ramsey house is empty, its walls silent but still filled with secrets. In Crestwood, the shadows of the past linger. The Ramsey murders shook Crestwood to its core, but the aftermath revealed a darker truth. Crestwood was more than a quiet town with secrets, it was a town built on those secrets. Detective Tamari Graves, dogged and unyielding, exposed a web of corruption that stretched far beyond the Ramsey family. Jonas King's web of blackmail and manipulation ensnared not only the Ramseys but countless others, weaving a tapestry of greed, betrayal, and violence. Arina Ramsey, the fragile but enigmatic survivor, became the most complex piece of the puzzle. Was she a victim, a perpetrator, or something in between? Her diary, filled with bizarre imagery, tells the story of a mind shaped by trauma, but it also reveals a meticulous, calculating intelligence. The question that haunts Graves is whether Arina can truly be saved or whether her family's legacy of lies and violence has left her beyond redemption. Jonas King's capture marks the end of one chapter, but hints at another. His chilling words, "You're playing my game now," suggest that the web has only been partially unraveled. Graves knows the fight is not over. The secrets of Crestwood still whisper through the streets, and as she looks into the eyes of a broken town, she braces herself for the next storm.